your sons come and say, hey, we're going to go sell pest control door to door? What was your reaction?
The first experience with a company like Ecoshield was before Ecoshield. I was anxious and nervous about them going. At the end of that first season that they did with those guys, it seemed that way. It wasn't a good company. It was just a rotten situation. And they said, Dad, we're switching. We're going to another company.
Man, be careful. Come and work with me to make money, and it's just like...
when they first come to you and they're like, they got all these great things and they're really excited, and you're just like, all right, let's calm down a little bit and let's see what, let's kind of look through what it really, really is. And so I think we did probably like what most people do is you Google it and you're like, okay, so it's a sales job. And they go door to door sales. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work. I'm sure some of that is reality, but are you ready for that? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
He started talking about Ecoshield. And the funny thing is, he told me he found it on Indeed. He didn't think I would like I found it on TikTok and, truth. And so
he lied and told you Indeed, not TikTok? No way.
Yeah. It wasn't until after the first summer where he goes, actually, I found it on TikTok, not Indeed. And so...
What did you think of the idea, the prospect of your son doing door-to-door sales and commission only?
Brave, way outside of my comfort zone. I'm a municipal employee and have been for a long time. I'm used to, paycheck every 2 weeks, 401k, a public safety retirement, my paychecks coming, annual raises. That's me. That's what I know. That's my comfort. So a lot of the conversation was predicated on, do you understand when the mortgage is due, when the bills are due, you got to earn. And if you're not earning, that check isn't coming every 2 weeks. So if you're going to go this route, then you got to commit to it. Again, there's adulting coming. You got to get off mom and dad's payroll.
We were really concerned that, who is this company? You've got all these nice, young, good-looking guys. I hate to sound like an old lady and well, what is this company up to? But I did. You hear a lot of things, and these young kids are, going to be talked into some type of weird business or a pyramid scheme or, something that is not in the best interest of what I thought was a student at the time. And I was very nervous about it.
And you always think the worst when you get a bunch of young kids together. What are they going to be doing?
I just had a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that this could definitely be a viable means of employment and a career if you so choose.
Was there a tipping point, or maybe where you started to see, okay, this is legit?
I was going from like 0 to 50-50, and he's only 18, 19. He's what is that when you're that age? You're still in your late teens. And
you gotta take risks,
I'm like, hey,
right?
You got to take risks. That was the time to take risks. So it was an excellent move.
So door-to-door sales, talking to, I have plenty of contacts out in the private sector who do sales. And when I talked to them, number one, they knew the product. Number two, their comments were always, well, they're going to learn. And in hindsight, if I had to have gone through that experience before I got a buddy who sells recycled oil, large scale, rail car, cargo ship type deal, pharmaceutical folks. If he can get through door to door, he can get through anything. But then it was probably week 3. If your check on Friday is $2,300, you don't need my $60 for gas. Open up your wallet, pull the money out, and go buy some food and some gas.
Jack has always been a great leader, but he definitely developed, maturity-wise.
He's got his iPad out. I'm going to make this, and this.
And I really didn't honestly believe it. I really didn't.
Yeah.
Still being on his bank account, when the money came through, then I believed it.
I've known people who've gone out and done summer sales and so it wasn't that big of a reach for me. Honestly, most of the people I've known who've done that have just, it's just been that summer and then that's it. They don't carry with them at all. With Mason and Colin, that's not the case. Like I said, it's something they've become very passionate about, and to me that's a huge deal.
After the first year, changed my mind immediately. They were happy, confident. I saw a big change in them. What they were promised did come through. It's been now, I think, 5 years that they've been with you guys. I'm just seeing such a massive change in them.
What have you seen kind of growth-wise on their leadership side as they've gone through the management program and as they've kind of led and built the team? mean?
They take it very seriously. The responsibility that they have as now owners to be responsible for all these young guys that they're bringing on board. The maturity that they show when doing that, just the acceptance of that, shouldering that responsibility makes me proud. I look at that and I'm like, wow, they really impressed me.
One, you got neutrality, but number two,
My problem solving is
your
better.
problem solving is way better, and I think that keeping your temperature down, especially when it comes to Dominic, there's a lot of testosterone here. We don't bump heads anymore. I mean, he really has.
True.
We don't bump heads. We're like our buds
Before summer, we were fighting
all the time.
all the time.
Pretty a lot.
It was a
Wait. I just want to make sure. Are you saying a summer with Ecoshield made your relationship better with your son? Is that what I just heard?
You did. Hey, use that.
I swear. No, seriously though. I mean, honestly though,
I'm not saying that'll work for every kid, but it worked for this kid.
I would say with Rogan year 2, again, buying into the business model, buying into the methodology, buying into the systems you folks have in place as far as what's move 5, 6, and 7, not just move 1 and 2. Now expanding that scalar organization, trying to build his own team. How is he going to recruit? How's he going to market to represent the business model? So that's been, we're growing in our skill set. Rourke, the difference again, coming from a played Power 5 the whole time, finished with his degree in business from U of A, entrepreneurship, but then to see the real world application, take the same energy you were putting in the sports, now put it into your career, put it into your earnings.
Normally, I don't think you see that type of growth and maturity and putting others before yourself until you hit mid-20s.
Gosh, where haven't they grown? And obviously the financial growth is probably one of the biggest things. There's nothing better than your kids graduating from college, not only not in debt, but having money in their bank account. And then Robbie and Cassie got married and they were able to pay for the wedding. And then this last fall after summer, they got to go and spend a month in Italy. Those are all just great things. And it's the cherry on the top. But, when you see their communication skills, their leadership skills, their mindset, and you watch them become these entrepreneurial kids, it's so much fun to see. It's so fun to watch them go from the standard working a 9-to-5 job, going through the school system process and the being just one other number almost, to becoming these kids that are thinking independently, thinking of how they want to grow, where do they want to put their money, how they want to build their team, things that they want to do, what management styles they have. It's just so much fun.
They've been great kids all along, but this has just taken to a new level. They want to do good. They want to go down and help out in the orphanages and whatnot, things like that. And they're on a mission to, first and foremost, make good money, because that's important, but also make a difference. And they are all over with their social media, sharing it with friends and people and putting their story out there and doing what they can to share that. And that's good people make other people want to be better, and that's what they're doing.
What would you say to another parent if someone were to say, hey, I don't know about letting my kid do this? What might you say to them?
I'll always tell them, as a dad, the best feeling I can have is that I don't have to worry, because there were times when I would be concerned. What are they going to do when they grow up? What type of man are they going to be? What kind of career are they going to have? I don't have to worry anymore. They are with a very good company. They're climbing that ladder. It's only up from here. To any parents out there who have any hesitation about having their boys work for Ecoshield, don't. This is a good company. They take care of the kids. My boys have gone on vacations and trips that they would never have gone on by now. Being able to afford things they would not have if not for Ecoshield. Tell them, let them go. This is going to be a good thing. Your boy's going to come back a better man.
I think it's a no-brainer.
It's not an easy job. Even if you discover after the time period that it's not for you, just the fact that you are conversing with people and explaining things, and you're going to be experiencing some travel, I don't see how that could be a poor experience.
It's going to make them grow up or not. I mean, it's a good opportunity to grow up.
I would say the business works. The best part of the 2 boys working for Ecoshield to date has been an exposure to like-minded entrepreneurs who are looking to set up not only the business for success, but themselves and their team by coaching and guiding and mentoring to set themselves up for success. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to do the hard work. It's up to you to follow the program. It's up to you to sacrifice your time and the energy it goes into those critical first few years of getting into the market and working, is that don't be outworked. And Ecoshield allowed these folks to work as hard as they wanted to work. And in sales, don't get outworked. The skeptical part for the parents, I think there's also the reality of you got to let your kids turn into adults. This was a on-ramp to reality that you either can or cannot do it. And I'm telling you, I'll circle back to my folks in the private sector. Every time we talk about what the two of them are doing, they nod their head and they go, these cats will be able to have a career, have a job, and earn if this is how they got brought into the market, was through Ecoshield and the door-to-door model and really how to move and sell product. They're like, boy, if I had to do it over again, I wish I would have that opportunity to knock.
It's one summer. Let them try it. And if they do everything that they're told to do, they're not going to fail. But the worst case is if they do, it's 3 or 4 months of their life, and they're going to take every lesson that they learned and they're going to take it on to whatever they decide to do later on. And they're going to grow and be so much better for it. If you're willing to take that risk, then yeah, you should do it, because at the age that you're at right now, that's the time to take the risks, take the challenges, take whatever you want, because when you're older, you don't have those opportunities. They're out there, but it's a lot harder to take that step. And so I was excited for them when they told me they wanted to do it. Even if you fail, even if you go out and you don't make one sale all summer long, as long as you commit to those 3-4 months, you're going to learn lessons. Because a lot of times there's more lessons in failure than there is in success. Yeah. But there's so many lessons even in failures. And so I think to let them try and take that chance and take a risk is what we all want for our kids.
Hey, this is a real legitimate business. This is just sweat equity. That's all it is. The sweat equity here. They got to do the work. They can make a lot of money on their own. And if they're fortunate enough to build a team, they can make a lot of money that way too.
As a dad, I was always nervous. Where they're going to go, what they're going to be. Are they going to succeed? Do I have to take care of them? Are they going to be bums? And I always try to push them as much as I could throughout their lives. The feeling of not having to have that concern anymore, knowing that they're on the right track. I couldn't be any more proud of the I'm just so stoked.
And I think I asked, the gist was like this. I'm like, what did you make this summer? And I think he finally gave me the number, and he goes, 120,000 is what I put in my pocket. I'm like, and I looked at him and my eyes I was like, did you just say $120,000 you made in one summer? And I'm like,
you had tears.
Oh, I did. You're right. He's right. Yeah. I was just like, I would do the emotion in that is for me to know that my son could take care of himself, can really learn something, really did something, and really helped a company that's helping him. I mean, I was just like, I didn't break down and cry, but man, I was close to it. I'll tell you what, I was close to it because I was just in shock, awe, respect, pride, a lot of pride there, a lot of pride. So absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, talk to me a little bit about maybe the pride you see or feel as you see him become a homeowner, buy his first house, and now lead. I mean, his team has 50 guys that all look up to him. What kind of, as a parent, what type of feelings do you have seeing him do that?
Oh, that's a proud moment.
Very proud moment, especially in this economy. I'm sure you're well aware of how difficult it is for young people to make that step. And not only did he make that huge life step of home ownership, but he did it before his 21st birthday, which is insane when you think about it.